looking at the ground, the BKC grounds. We've reported from there several times, and I'm sure, Shravan, in all your years of reporting in Mumbai, you've reported from here as well. Big ground, full house.
Well, in fact, Niraj, there's much more than what meets the eye at this point in time. Undoubtedly, this is the battle of the rallies, both sides, the Uddhav faction and Eknath Shinde faction. One can easily say that at this point in time, the focus essentially is not just going to be on the annual Dussehra rally. This is very, very different, given the fact that both sides would like to show their strength at this stage. This comes at a time when the Uddhav faction is basically riding on an emotional card, saying that the Dussehra rally is essentially something that Shiva Sainiks have always associated with Balasaheb Thackeray, and that legacy perhaps Eknath Shinde wants to carry it forward. It remains to be seen what exactly will Uddhav Thackeray say today, because the kind of the ground reports that we were getting earlier in the day, the Shiva Sainiks from Uddhav faction have essentially been trying to say that you can't perhaps see a Shiva Sena minus the Thackerays. On the other hand, if you see Eknath Shinde and the kind of teasers that have been put out from his side, they're essentially saying that it's not the family. It's not the family right now what is important. It is important that to take forward the legacy, the ideology of Shiva Sena, and the rightful heir perhaps of the Shiva Sena at this point in time, Eknath Shinde says, and the entire faction says, is he himself. Primarily because true to the ideology of Shiva Sena, it is Eknath Shinde who's taking it forward. Obviously taking a pot shot at the alliance Uddhav Thackeray had forged along with the Congress party and the Nationalist Congress party. But what you're seeing right now with these images, a very strong message that Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde wants to send across, that he's the rightful heir to begin with, and the real Shiva Sena is with him. The numbers, of course, is something that's going to be debatable. One perhaps would see in the next few hours, both sides are going to make that attempt, that they've got a larger number of people attending their rallies. But what's going to be important is what is it that Eknath Shinde will have to say tonight? Because one can certainly expect Eknath Shinde to once again refer to the fact that Balasaheb Thackeray, the Hindu Hriday Samrat, he represents that ideology, and that ideology was diluted by his son Uddhav Thackeray. Whether at all Uddhav Thackeray will find a mention in Eknath Shinde's speech, that's going to be very, very important, because if you see the strategy that was adopted by the Shinde faction all this while, they haven't really targeted Uddhav Thackeray or have taken his name in any of the speeches that he has given. Veiled attacks have certainly taken place, but they've carefully crafted their entire strategy from the time that they have formed the government. On the other hand, if you take a look at what is happening from the Uddhav side, right from Aditya Thackeray, they have called this entire faction of Eknath Shinde as the Gaddar faction. That's what they call Eknath Shinde and the entire group. But what is important, what you see right now on your screens, family members of Uddhav Thackeray, they have switched sides. Smita Thackeray, of course, never had a very working relationship with Uddhav Thackeray, for that matter, or there was that unease that has been there. The fight has been there for a very, very long time, so it does not really come across as a surprise with Smita Thackeray attending the rally at the MMRDA grounds. But clear images. One, if you really look at the image of the bow and arrow, a message that Eknath Shinde wants to send across, that the symbol is going to be is going to be with him. They have exuded that kind of confidence that the symbol will be with the Eknath Shinde faction. On the other side, perhaps in a short while from now, when the images come in from the Shivaji Park rally, which is where Uddhav Thackeray is going to be, it's going to be important to see what kind of message that Uddhav Thackeray also wants to send across. But if you look at these images that are coming in right now from the MMRDA grounds in Mumbai, where Eknath Shinde, Maharashtra Chief Minister, is all set to address in a short while from now, the sheer number is something that is going to be a cause of concern for Uddhav Thackeray.